It's been a while since the last Giga haul, and I've been in withdrawal. Unboxing cars, doing these Giga hauls, it's my lifeline. I'm feeling a strong calling right now. We just need to dive in. No more messing around. It feels amazing to be back, sitting here in front of a massive pile of new cars. And guys, let me know in the comments below, have you gotten in anything new lately? Online scores, in-store purchases, whatever it may be. I'm very curious to hear what everyone is up to. And yeah, let's get right into it as we usually do with some more of the loose stuff out here. Got this prototype in actually just the other day. This is one of my newest acquisitions. It is basically, I would probably say Union Jack Ramon. Actually, you know what? I really have no idea what exact Ramon this is. Obviously one with the paint gun, so it could be, Body Shop Union Jack Ramon from a couple years ago. But I think there are some other candidates. Let's see what that date says. Looks like July 1st of 2019. So yeah, maybe Union Jack Ramon, the metallic one, like from 2020. You guys let me know what you think this one actually is. I love the wheels on it though. Those are very unique. It's treaded with the bright yellow. Honestly, I don't know. Are these like Matchbox tires? Not sure if I've ever seen them, but yeah, I love how beat up he is. I genuinely mean that because of, a perfect prototype, a mint prototype's always a little bit sus to me. It's like, is that real? But one that's a little bit more beat up, it has more character. I like that. And I have another one, quite similar. I think this came from the same seller as well here. Smokey. And what's really cool about this is that it is the original Smokey from China from 2017 before they changed his model and elongated him. So this one's really special. It's also numbered here, so it's one of a kind, 080 DXV37 or 77, his product code. And yeah, you can see all the different parts to him that are plastic and die-cast. So you have the red wheels, the gray, black around the fenders here, red side view mirrors, blue metal, little red visor up there. Really cool, brown base. So colorful one, you guys know, along with making a prototype look genuine. A little damage, that's fine, but I also love colors. So this one, unfortunately, not a ton of colors, but still a really cool prototype. Just a bare metal Guido with the lightning bolt accessory hat there, and that is a plastic piece in orange. You have the white base here, so yeah, nothing too crazy with the colors, but yeah, this is a fan favorite Guido, I believe, right? Actually, what Guido is this? This is the fan favorite version, I think. Made in Thailand. Interesting. I thought those were made in Vietnam. Am I tweaking right now? I'll have to look into that, but I thought this was the fan favorite version of him. Was that like made in China and then made in Vietnam? I'll have to look into this because I am blanking exactly on the origin of this guy. But I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments below, and I appreciate that. While we're on the prototype train, let's move on over to some coded engineering prototypes. This one's really cool to me because it is Finish Line Lightning McQueen, one of the rarest Thailand variants. It's pretty much non-existent on eBay, and if you do find one, it's going to be like a $100 purchase, which is crazy for just a standard retail release that isn't even that old. This was a 2021 release, or was it? No, it was 2022. Crazy. But yeah, R05A 1027. That doesn't necessarily mean they made 1027 samples, but it could. I would like to get one to open and review though. This one, not going to cut it. Pretty damaged. Lots of chips. But yeah, really cool. And happy to have that in the collection. I know you guys get a little bored sometimes when I just rip through all these engineering prototypes. So we're going to keep it snappy. Don't want to bore you guys. Here is a 2020 release of J with VR headset. So an older one. Surprised it was still floating around available for purchase. P46A 1032, so another large number there. The visor feels quite loose on this one, but yeah, very nice. Another one with a little chip on the bumper there. They really, really need to do Sadeep with VR headset, and obviously Sequoia. Sadeep with VR headset, and then I never need to see another trainee again. Now, this guy was supposed to be in the last Giga haul, but I forgot about him, so I feel bad. But it is chip gearings from 2017, so a coated prototype from 2017, which that was a year a lot of coated prototypes just like leaked out. I think I have almost a coated prototype for every Cars 3 single release in like the first few cases. I know I'm missing like Dud Throttleman, Rex Revler maybe, but like that first case for sure. I mean, there's a lot of them. Like I have a lot of the 2017 Cars 3 singles coated, which is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, let's move on now to some NASCAR Customs. Both of these came from eBay. This one, not quite as refined as the next one you're going to see, but still really cool. And I will do a video on it eventually. If you were the customizer of this, congrats. You made it onto a video, a Giga haul too, and you're going to get your own video. And whenever I just buy a custom on eBay, I don't know who really made it. You know, the seller might not be the one who actually made it. But yeah, this is actually a custom of, well, I have a much better, I'm sorry, whoever made this, you did a great job. I like it, I bought it. But I have a much better version of this exact same custom that I got last year. It's in, you know, a Giga haul maybe 4 or 5 Giga hauls ago. And it's packaged, right? Because the person did a custom packaging for it. And I don't want to open that up for obvious reasons. So I got that one now that I can use as my loose representation, essentially. And then there was this one, which was from a separate seller. So, again, really have no idea who actually made it, but really nice. Bud. What does that say? King of Beers. Yes, Budweiser. A good brewski. Yeah, this one's really good. This is a very nice custom. Very excited to review both of these, probably in separate videos. They both deserve their own time and due diligence. So yeah, might not be for a while on those videos, but that's okay. We got all the time in the world. At least I hope so. All right, customs. This is one of my favorites. It'll be expedited. I will be reviewing this one as soon as possible. It's Carmen, colorized from Mater Private Eye. You guys remember that Cars 2 is one of the last ones that came out, but it was one of the best ones in my opinion. And I am pretty sure, I know the customizer's name for this. It'll be talked about when that video comes around, but he 3D printed the hat, or the floral, the floral and the fruit bouquet essentially on her roof. And yeah, I think he's doing a black and white one as well, which I would definitely be interested in. This would have been so cool if Mattel did it, or if they really did anything at all for Mater Private Eye. Alas, that was one of the shorts. They were like, you know what? Nah, we're not interested in that short, even though blowing some dust off her. It's been sitting on the table for a while because I just have not honestly been buying all that much stuff, so I haven't accumulated at a rate as fast as usual, and that's why there hasn't been a Giga haul in quite some time. Here is a weird factory custom knockoff of a, yeah, I mean, it's weird. I like it though. This is the stuff that I like. Metallic brown Lightning McQueen. Pretty good expression. It's like a light up car as well. I'm not sure if that even works, but you can see the battery, the speaker down here. I'm not sure where the button would be. Yeah, it's a pullback as well. Yeah, I'm not sure how you would get the lights to actually come on unless I'm just stupid and not seeing the button. But either way, I don't really, whoa, big boy. Not interested in laying them up anyway. It's just a display piece. But yeah, really cool. I think I got this off of like Taobao or Idlefish, one of the two. And yeah, took a long time to come. Whenever I order stuff on those apps, which it's a process in and of itself to get stuff. You know, I have basically a middleman that helps me out. You know who you are. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's just a long process to get through multiple different hands and then into my own. Here's another prototype. Nothing too crazy on this one. It is Okuni with her mouth plate unpainted. So yeah, the original Chinese Okuni from probably 2012, 2011 actually. I think she was in a multi-pack in 2011. But she's gotten quite a few releases over the years. Single and 2-pack with Shigeko. Poor Tomica never got a re-release after that initial Toys R Us 5-pack, making her one of the rarest Cars 2 characters of all time, along with Tom Tok and Max the Car. Yeah, nothing too wild, but it is a prototype with the unpainted mouth plate there. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Moving right along, where should we go to next? I got a new Tomica car in here. I'm not sure when this one got released, but I love the expression on it. Tomica sometimes just comes out of nowhere with a banger expression. Other times, it's like, that is going to give me nightmares. And other times, it's like, holy cow, that is awesome. This is one of those holy cow, that is awesome moments. Just love the determined expression here on World Grand Prix McQueen. Missing some decals in this region though, but no biggie. And it's like I think this is a magnet. So you could put this on your fridge. I'm gonna have to test that out actually. It's pretty cool. Again, not sure when or how, like kind of what format they released it in. It was not a McQueen Day special. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it would be an older one before I really paid attention to Tomica. Yeah, this is probably like almost 10 years old, I would guess at this point. Maybe I could look at the base. Yeah, 2012. I'm not sure if that's the actual year it came out, though, but very well could be, because I was not paying attention much to Tomica back in the day. All right, so there's some new factory customs out and about, but they are not on eBay or AliExpress yet, which is a little worrisome, because these are really awesome. I actually joked when this one in particular was first revealed. Cars 4 stock car. Obviously, a hilarious joke, but it did remind me, it was very reminiscent of when the actual Cars 3 Murray clutch burn was revealed through a Chinese eBay listing, and we're all like, what is that? It's like, new sputter stop racer. How is this going to all fit into it? It's like different paint job, but obviously still very similar to Murray clutch burn. So this reminded me of that. It's like, oh my god, this is now the next generation, but it makes no sense because it should be a next gen, if anything, at that. And it is the exact same paint job as Cars 3 Murray clutch burn, just on a RPM model, which is crazy. The octane gain RPM model from Cars 1. But you can tell it's a factory custom. You know, one eye is on top of its eyelid. Not a great look there, but really cool though. Like, these are the factory customs I love to see when they start mix matching Piston Cup models and sponsors and all that. And they've done this before. You know, I have the Cal Meeker, the Reb Weathers, you know, when Reb Meeker on Cal Weathers body style. And now we have, how would you even call this? Like Cars 3 Murray Bradford Rutherford clutch burn. No idea. And then here is a similar one, but a little uglier, unfortunately. Oof. They're like, let's put Sage Vanderspin, stretch him out onto a Billy Oilchanger octane gain, whatever you want to call it, however you want to classify it, the RPM octane gain model here. The wheels are a little janky, made in China. I love how they still put Mattel's headquarters in the Netherlands, just to be casual about it, you know, be respectful. Doing something illegal here, but no biggie. We'll put their headquarters, they'll be cool with it. Again, yeah, the eyes are off because they're using a model, right? They're using the RPM model. So you have the raised eyelids, but then you're using decals from Sage Vanderspin and overlaying it, and it doesn't match up because, you know, these eyes are not meant to go on this body. So I think that's why this one looks really bad. The other one's not as bad because it's a flat windshield. Actually, no, it's not. No, that's actually, wow, that's raised as well. That one just fit way better. But yeah, this is Sage Vanderspin's decals, which again is weird because you'd think they were in the Cars 3 mindset with, you know, Murray. That's Cars 3 Murray. But then they're like, nope, we'll do Sage Vanderspin. Who's Rex Revler? I don't even know that guy. But yeah, I really do like these factory customs. They haven't done anything this wild in a while. Usually we're just kind of getting like Grem with a slightly different expression. And there's one more, I think, in the same vein, and it is Carl Clutchin on a Nitro body. And this is my favorite by far because this guy actually looks pretty incredible. It's like, what the hell? Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, and the factory customizers made something pretty dope here. Like, wow. The eyes look great. The decals look great. This white Easy Title logo is incredible. Yeah, everything just fits. You know, it meshes together really nicely. I mean, still not perfect, by any stretch of the imagination, but it's really good. Like, wow. I honestly thought Murray would be my favorite just from seeing the online pictures, but no, yeah, this one's 100% my favorite. That expression's great. Yeah, we can kind of headcanon that this is maybe like a racer in between the events of Cars 1 and Cars 3 before Carl Clutchin, but after Ruby Easy Oaks. Like, yeah, we can kind of headcanon that. I think that's pretty cool. Really, really happy about those. And yeah, I mean, I hope they hit eBay and AliExpress soon so they're a lot more accessible for people, because right now, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Idlefish and Taobao are difficult to purchase through for people not in China. Now, here is kind of one of the first factory custom Piston Cup racers they ever did. And it's pretty boring, but it's actually kind of iconic and classic at this point. Billy Oilchanger with blue wheels. These might be off of Ryan Shields, maybe. Either way, though, yeah, this one's in pretty poor condition. It's like someone wiped their, with it, but that's okay. This one's pretty rare nowadays. Not quite as crazy as like a Chick Hicks with the white wheels, or James Clean Air with like Nurse Corey's wheels or something. Yeah, all those exist, guys. I'm sure some of you have seen them at points on my channel in my collection video or whatever. But yeah, this one's all right. Yeah, this one's in worse condition than I thought. It's like some adhesive is stuck to the side and tore the decals a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad that we're getting better factory custom Piston Cup racers. Like, this is way better than this. I mean, blue, it's almost cool. Like, it's almost so off, like, in terms of colors, that it actually looks pretty good. Oop, I found another coated prototype I forgot to show you guys here. The D100s, a lot of coated prototypes of the D100s snuck out for whatever reason. Some of them even packaged. And I know you guys have seen those in previous Giga hauls. Wow, a lot of high numbers. R50A, so that's the date stamp essentially. And then the second number is the sample number, so 1051. So every single one has been, or the Thailand ones that is, have been in the thousands, which is actually pretty uncommon. But yeah, really cool. The D100s are very, like, kind of forgotten about now, but could really see them doing something like that for the 20th anniversary of Cars next year. I would love just gold. Pretty much the same thing as that. Just do them in gold and maybe choose some better characters this time. I was not a huge fan of their selection last time, but yeah, it was still all right. All right, now I'm not fully sure what all these are. It's kind of a mix of like color changers and playset cars, prototypes. So you have a Dynaco Cruz Ramirez here. I'm not sure if this is a color changer. I don't think it is. I think this is like a playset car without any decals. Yeah, it's all right. Not one of my favorite prototypes in the world, but still worthwhile. And now this one here, again, I'm not quite sure. I think this one might be a color changer. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe this is a playset car, but another prototype. Let's see what it says here. Looks like OF maybe? Tommy Hurry? What? Tony? I have no idea. That definitely is Tony, though. Excuse me. Tony Huck? Is that a name of a guy? 4/24/21. April 24th of 2021. I don't know. You guys help me decipher this, and I know there are some awesome people out there, some awesome viewers that know how to identify these cars in a blink of an eye, but to be frank, they could be a variety of things. Now this one, really cool. Got a couple bonus sets of eyes here. McQueen with 6 eyes. This one is definitely a color changer. Cruisin, Lightning McQueen. Maybe it's the red to yellow one, but I will not be testing it. It might not even work, to be honest, but it's got a little D3 sticker on the bottom. Not sure what that's about. They're really cool to see these extra eye stickers on McQueen like this. Also, yeah, some of the wheels are screwy. Yeah, I'm a fan of this one. This one's way cooler than the last two. All right. Another interesting prototype. Kind of like a halfway done GRC Francesco Bernoulli. all the metal is just bare. So all the plastic is in order and perfect. And then you just have your bare metal. Nothing painted on, no decals. So it gives it a weird kind of look. I like it though. It actually looks pretty cool. Unfinished like this. Does it have a date stamp? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, it does. There it is. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like I've seen a couple of those. I feel like Radiator Springs Rides has one similar to that. All right, what is this? Honestly, not sure what this is. Oh, it's another coated prototype of Luigi this time with some writing. Let's see what his number is. Also in the thousands, K49A 1009. This is an old Thailand one though. If it's K, guys, we're on like T now. So K, that was a lot of years ago. Wow. Really cool though. All right. Oh yeah, here we go. Now I think in the last video I had the quote-unquote rose gold Frank. I think it's because Diecast Dungeon on eBay coined these new factory customs rose gold, even though they are absolutely not rose gold. It sounds cool, but now it's just a different shade of brown. And there was the Frank in the last episode, supposed to come with a tractor, and the seller did not send it to me, so I had to AliExpress. The only thing about AliExpress that sucks is it's like, hey, like, you sent me one thing, you forgot the other, and then AliExpress is like, okay, send it all back, you get a refund. It's like, well, can we have some nuance to it? Can we be like, no, I don't want to send it back because I wanted this item, you just now have to send me a tractor out. And maybe, I don't know, I might just be coping here. I was like, you know what, screw it. I mean, these things are cheap on AliExpress. It's not worth my time to haggle with AliExpress. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to reorder the tractor. I'm pretty sure that the seller knew what was up and sent me 2 tractors. So it all ended out square. And then now I need to look back. I maybe ordered 2. And yeah, the seller just fulfilled the order correctly. And I'm still down a tractor I paid for. But coping me is like, you know what? No, you only ordered 1 and he sent you 2 because he realized he shorted you the first time. Maybe. But again, could just be cope. Could just be cope. I do like the shade of tractor. It's a pretty cool one and adds on to the many factory custom tractors that we've gotten over the years. All right, next up is a really cool unreleased mini racer, although I'm sure by the time this video comes out, it will be out. It's on the verge of coming out now. Race and Rescue Morgan Martin's coded up there. But yeah, this guy is one of the lucky souls to be selected as a mini racer in addition to his 155 scale release that'll be out soon, if not already. Depends on when this video comes out. This is a really nice detailed mini. And it's like, now I kind of want just like a regular mini racer Morgan Martin's. But we know if we're not even going to get a regular mini racer Shoot to the Roki, we're just going to get the carbon one. Same thing with some of the GRCs like Max Schnell. That we're probably never going to get a regular mini Morgan. That's a lot of M's. But yeah, really cool. I like this one. And yeah, it's a full diecast. I mean, that might be almost as much metal as on the actual 155 scale Morgan because of the fact that there's, you know, the back portion's plastic on the 155 scale. All right, I think this is a prototype for a basic collection Chick Hicks, which is the international series of plastic cars that they do in 155 scale. Sold in Europe and other places around the world, not sold in the US, which is why a lot of people don't even know about them. But it's basically plastic like mainline and way condensed. You know, you get the basic, like the main characters, and you get some cool ones. They've done like Fishtail and Ed Trunken before. But yeah, Chick Hicks here. All right, a lot of plastic prototypes in this video. This one, on the other hand, not plastic. It is a Vietnam Chick Hicks, and we know from previous videos that all Vietnamese prototypes are just straight up black. All the metal is just black, which is interestingly consistent, and I'm cool with it. But yeah, kind of boring. I don't know. I'm good with it, but if all prototypes looked like this, there would be a much smaller market for them because colors are fun. The black's all right, but just kind of drab. I'm sorry. If there's a plastic component on the prototype, though, that gets colored. So you'll see some with like a yellow wing, like if it's a next gen. Black, but then the yellow plastic wing. Chick, on the other hand, just all metal. But yeah, this is one that I did not get when I got my original batch of Vietnamese prototypes. So I was very happy to acquire that. All right, let's go back to some mini racers here. This is one of my favorites. A really awesome prototype mini racer, Snot Rod here. Colored, coated, all of the above, mixed wheels. He's got like the King's wheels in the back. He's got unfinished wheels in the front. Blue base, blue blown engine, like a metallic charcoal color, so unique. And he's got like some writing in red pen, but you can't even read it. And then his number is 61 there, 0061. Yeah, this is one of my favorite mini racer prototypes I think I've ever gotten. Really cool, really cool. And one it's okay. This actually could be more of an air. It is basically a no eyes flow. Yeah, not much more to say. Not coated or anything. It's got the date stamp. So yeah, it's more of an air, I would say, than a prototype. And yeah, somehow I ended up with a couple of them. Here's another one. Might even have another one hiding around here. But we'll jump over to Mr. Mac real quick. A coated mini again here. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, now I have a bunch of these guys. This is crazy. Jocko Flocko Mac. Now, so we've jumped over to a different variant of Mac without the interior piece. So no windshield, no eyes, no nothing. Like with Flow, you have the piece that's just painted white, it's blank. This one, it's just not even present. It's non-existent. These things were riveted up, incomplete. So I have no idea how that happened. It's just a ghost town in there. Nobody's home. So it's like a, yeah, kind of scary. He's got the mouth, but then just no eyes up there. Freaky. And yeah, somehow ended up coming into possession of quite a few of them. Not sure how many or how so many were produced like this without eyes, but whatever. Speaking of without eyes, GetMeCollecitlbes hooked me up with a nice air packaged here. So just like Flow, but made it out on the store shelves. Dragon Lightning McQueen, or actually maybe it was on store shelves. He just pulled it from one of his cases. Who knows? Probably not, though. He probably would have sold the case and then never have known. But yeah, really grateful for him. He always reaches out when he's got an air. Hooks me up here. But yes, Dragon Lightning McQueen. No eyes. Looking good. I remember this pack. This one was pretty easy to find. This was a peg warming pack with Suki in it. Suki's gotten way more attention than she deserved over the years. She's been released so many times. All right, while we're on the topic of airs here, we have an original William Byrev with a blank side here. So he's got some of the decals. He's got the gold triangle or whatever, the trapezoid, and the 24, but none of the other stuff, the sponsors that he should have, like shown here. Kind of crazy to see an older NASCAR release like this when we're dealing with all the new ones now. But, yeah. William is peg warming just as much as his old counterpart did. Yay. Speaking of peg warmers, just kidding. Vladimir Trunkov, anything but a peg warmer in 2023 when he received his first Thailand release here. Was able to get some here. Well, there's just one. I think I have a couple more coming, but I might be sending those to Astro Smokey. Point is, though, I wanted to review this one for you guys, so I got this. I knew it was going to come mangled. Like, it is in bad shape from China. But that's totally okay, because I'll open it up and review it for you guys. And yeah, this is another kind of like Finish Line Lightning McQueen, non-existent Thailand variant. The case he was in, it was only one case. I think it was K, maybe? With the West Philanthropist and the Quadratorcosar and Tubbs Pacer. It just never really hit the U.S. I think it hit like Meyer. Yeah, I remember finding it at Meyer a couple times. Actually, yeah, I probably found more Vladimir Trunkovs than most people because I was able to find a couple of them at Meyer. I'll have to look into my records to see how many I ended up with because I knew it was going to be rare, you know. And now, yeah, can't even find one on eBay. So very fortunate to get that. Let's go back to mini racers. Got a lot of minis in this video. It's okay. There have not been too many new actual mini racers in stores, so prototypes it is. And this one is just a black prototype, similar to the Vietnam one, I guess, but this is a Thailand car. Yeah, but the eyes are in there, so kind of like the inverse of flow. And I have a chrome one like that. This one's really nice. I have no idea how this even comes to pass. Like, I get it's a prototype, but why did they put chrome paint on it to begin with? Like, I get the black for sure, but yeah, this is really cool. Really raw. All right. I end up with a couple of the black ones as well there. Might sell them. Pass them off to Astro Smokey. I sell a lot of stuff to Astro Smokey. But yeah, sorry guys. When people ask if I sell, like, I really don't sell. It's more of just I hook Astro Smokey up. So if you want anything, go to him. If you're in Australia, it probably would be most beneficial to you. Yeah, he's pretty much the only I just sell to my friends. It's pretty much it. Here we have a Noah Go Check, an old coated Thailand prototype from 2020. I think this would be 2020 because he was released then. Yeah. Wait. I think so. But either way, yeah, this guy's beat. Poor guy, but yeah, 0017. That's more like it. None of these ones in the thousands. Kind of gross looking too. I don't know what that orange gunk is in his wheels there, but yeah, this guy's definitely seen better days. Yeah, he barely made it out alive. But yeah, really cool though. Lots of character. And yeah, don't see too many older Thailand prototypes surface these days. So him and Jay with VR headset being outliers. All right. I have a couple other coated prototypes here. We have fan favorite sheriff. So these are Chinese 107. Flags absolutely beat to crap. But I think some of the release ones even, like, they weren't perfect. I ended up with a couple of these. Honestly, I brought out the ones I had from the past as well. So I'm not even sure which ones are new, which ones are old. But yeah, you have 107 and 112 there. Here we have a coated Ankylosaurus prototype. I think, I might have shown you guys these before. Coated metallic Tim Treadless prototype. Here's a new one. I just saw Radiator Springs Rides post this one on Instagram, so I know that this one is not a one of a kind, but it's a very unique prototype in that the frontier is incomplete, the model plate and the screen, all in this interesting shade of blue, kind of a transparent plastic as well. Seeing through the mouth plate's a little scary, a little weird, but very unique. I've never seen a prototype like this, like where it's all complete, except for this part up here with a transparent piece of plastic. So they must have been kind of experimenting with some different shades of it. But yeah, that's really cool. I am a fan of that. Oh, here's another mini racer prototype that came with the snot rod. It is of Deputy Lightning McQueen, the Lieutenant Lightning McQueen, I guess, rather. In a bronze color, some Sharpie marks, the blue eyes, white base, black wheels. Yeah, really nice there. I got some Streamlined blisters from 2017-18 here. This was before before it became commonplace that we got these, when they were just doing these regionally, like in Latin America, which is where these ones in specific came from. Then they added on Canada, and now the whole world gets them, and we're stuck with them. But yes, unfortunately, that is the way. I mean, I hate them, guys. I absolutely cannot stand the new blisters because it makes them so hard to store. You have to store them like vertically in tubs, which not the safest for them. I like to stack them, but you can't when everyone has a different shaped blister. But here is a 2018 fabulous Lightning McQueen Florida 500. Now, I will give Mattel credit, because all the Streamlined blisters like this that they did before globalizing it had black and white backgrounds like this, the black and white card backs. Now, when they ended up globalizing and standardizing it for everyone, everywhere, they recolorized it. But here you have Paunchy Wipeout from 2017. Yeah, I mean, the card backs just look so gross. So I'm glad that they pretty much kept the card backs the same as how they always were. Here we have Heyday Smokey. This one's really cool. Heyday Smokey is a very popular character or release. And the one that we had the prototype for earlier, the original Smokey. Beautiful. All right. I have another Vietnam prototype here. This is a Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. And yep, as we already said, in black. So no surprise there. Accumulating a lot of bags here on the table. Let's expunge of those. I know you guys have been looking at these probably all video so far. So let's take a closer look at them, shall we? These are from Jim Scavenger. And I know if you watched a previous Giga haul, you've seen some of the other Cars 3 Next Gen Pitties that he's done. This is just his most recent set, and honestly might be my favorite, coincidental. I don't know. I mean, I just love the color that he was able to get onto these Rev and Go ones. The teal is beautiful. Yeah, really nice. Not sure what he's working on now. I know when we talked originally, we kind of went through the best and easiest ones to do. Worked out some decals, and he was off. You know, did leakless, synergy, bumper save, Apple. No stall, I think, as well. And yeah, now here he is with Rev and Go. But yeah, I really hope he continues it up. It just depends on how easy it is for him to like find / recreate the decals, which I can understand. Yeah, it could definitely be a challenge. The Cars 1 Piston Cup Racer decals are usually readily available online. A lot of people posted them. But the Cars 3 ones, not at all. Very difficult. Some of them are because the artist posted them on their like artist pages, their website, their portfolios. That's the word for it. So like Rev and Go, and yeah, he actually should be, no, not Rev and Go. I meant, what did I mean to say? Vinyl Toupe and Bumper Save. So he should be able to do Vinyl Toupe pretty easily, I would hope. I think he actually already did a Vinyl Toupe Pitty for me in the past, but either way, those are them. We are not done with factory customs yet. Here's another one that has not hit like eBay or AliExpress yet, and it's TJ. Yeah, they're like, hey, they haven't done TJ in a while, so let's do our own version. Not bad, not a bad attempt here. You could definitely tell, though, it's a factory custom. No base markings whatsoever. Expression's a little weird. But yeah, not bad. I like TJ a lot. Kind of a forlorn character at this point. Missing the license plate, unfortunately, but yeah, it was a must-have for me as a factory custom connoisseur. All right. Now, getting into actual customs, handmade. Probably you guys have been looking at these as well, all video. So these are from Tui Cars Unboxings. You might know of him from social media, but he collaborated with a friend of his and made some amazing Cars 1 teaser trailer stock car racers. Now, I know I already have done a video on a custom of this one in particular, but let's just say this one is way better than that, the corrosion seal racer here, the original Lightning McQueen. For whatever reason, people call him Joel McQueen. No idea why. Not sure why. They were just like, that looks like a Joel. But no, it's just basically original Lightning McQueen. Before he took on 95 and a different sponsor entirely, they were like, corrosion seal, too weird. Rust-eze, yeah, Rust-eze is way better. Yeah, this one's way better than the other custom. Expression, decals, more accurate. They used, I think, some sort of clay to make the models more accurate in the front and on the spoiler. I think it's a Cal Weathers model that they kind of shaped. So I will be doing individual videos on all of these in the coming weeks and months. Maybe one of them's already out, but it's going to be a process. I am currently in the process of designing the thumbnails for these. I want them to be perfect. So that's the Nitro one. That was basically original Chick Hicks. I don't even know if I want to show you guys all of them right now. We're just going to show them real quick because I want you to watch the videos on them individually. But you have your original Trunk Fresh right there. This one's really amazing. The expression, everything Vitaline here, purple Vitaline. And then two sponsors that ended up not making it into the movie, being Hidden City Cafe here, and maybe the best one of them all, Jumbo Pretzels. And you can kind of understand why they didn't make it, because they're not carified in any way, shape, or form. So like, yeah, let's remove those. Let's just focus on the ones, yeah, let's make our own very much so original carified sponsor. So I get that. I'm glad that they were cut. I somehow ended up with a 3D printed piston cup. I'm not sure who this came from. I apologize if it was you. But this is cool. I like this. Very thin. The gills, I found a couple gills at Walmart the other day. So you'll see that in the hunt. Whenever that comes out, I'll do a video on gill. It's a new Vietnam variant, but just wanted to include it in the video here. Now we can get rid of that so the reflection's gone. Got the Rescue Road Raceway. What a tongue twister playset. That video review is out on my channel now. You can check it out. Really great set just from my initial, before I even open it. I'd buy it just for the basically exclusive racers. I mean, you get a dirt track race and rescue McQueen, dirt track rally race Chick Hicks, and you get rally race Chick Hicks Pitties, which is awesome. That is really creative. I'm glad they threw those in there, even if they don't roll, which I think they actually might roll. That'd be really awesome. Next up, we have a LapNRun custom. Very much so want to give a shout out to the creators here. I feel like I would butcher that name, Pang Jinglang, but either way, LapNRun, Bronchio, the Brachiosaurus. So this guy, essentially. Now I know I've shown you guys, I've done a video on a mini racer custom from LapNRun of the Brachio, but I have not shown you, wow, bright, there we go. I've not shown you guys yet the large full-scale version that they just recently put out. They are incredible. LapNRun Studios putting out some of the best customs I've seen, along with Javes House and Shane Cooper, Jim Scavenger, up there with the greats right now. I mean, these wheels, I mean, this is just absurd craftsmanship. Absurdity. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. They even put their own date stamp on it. That's so cool. And they're able to engrave the base here with their own, the artist. Oh my God, guys, this is insane. This is some of the best work I've ever seen. And yeah, it's weighted. It feels very quality. It's a heavy duty dyno right here. And he's cute too. Scales, oh my God, yeah. So I'll be doing a video on this, rest assured. Not sure when that video will come out. I got, obviously, as you can see, a long queue of customs that need to be given their fair share of time on the big screen here. But that is one of my favorites now, my new favorite. I know I always say that, but true, I just keep getting these amazing customs in. I don't believe I showed this in the last Giga haul, but here we have a carded prototype coated Cruz Besouro from 2019, 0054. Thanks to Radiator Springs Rides for hooking me up with this one. Not sure how, yeah, I mean, it's on almost a mint card too, which is crazy. Very weird that this is something that snuck out, but almost forgot they even did Cruz Besouro from Thailand. It's a very forlorn Thailand variant. Yeah, back when Mattel was kind of cooking with these great rectangular prismatic blisters and series. Oh, good times. All right, now not Walmart. Target put a bunch of these for sale for like $7 on their eBay store. So I was like, you know what? Let me get one of those. I'm going to review it for you guys. It actually comes with some really cool accessories. I really want those oil cans out because they're in scale with 155 scale stuff, but the cars themselves are kind of like mini racer shaped, like red there. I mean, it's a little bigger than a mini racer, but they are small. You get a pinstripe paint job on McQueen there. So the Disney store putting out some weird stuff. I know they just announced they're selling the Halloween pack, which is one of the best things out of any manufacturer in years. We'll talk more about that when I review it. But besides that, the Disney store has been pretty foul lately, I have to say. These on-the-go playsets are okay, I guess. Just weird. I don't know. $7 though? Sure. Why not? So I'll review that. They did 3 or 4 of them like that. I'm not sure. I don't even think I bought all of them, but the ones that I did, I'll eventually get around to reviewing. And I think that might be everything for this Giga haul, guys. Really appreciate you watching. As per usual, love your guys' support. Means the world to me. Let me know in the comments what you have acquired, what you've been up to lately. And I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye now. Wait. We're not done quite yet here. I wanted to add on a little epilogue to this part of the Giga haul, which I didn't even number at the beginning of the video. I realized it is 35. I know you guys can read the title, but yeah, we're just losing track at this point. There have been so many over the last 3-4 years, but that is all thanks to you guys and your support. So here we are the day after I just recorded the last segment, which was, the 44 minutes or whatever it was. Not that long of a Giga haul, so I figured this is totally cool to tack on. But I got a couple things. I had a major revelation I need to share with you guys. Let's dive in here. So first off, I got this guy in the mail. I ordered a Precision Series Mater off AliExpress, and this is what I got. A factory custom race team Mater. Now, I am not going to file for a return. I already explained AliExpress. There's no way you could get a partial refund. I'd have to send this guy back. I kind of don't want to. This is a pretty cool factory custom I've never seen before. Mater's coloring is way off. I mean, you can see here on the sides, everything's a little bit more saturated. The green, the blue really popping. But the main cab part here in the middle is a poo shade of brown, let's be honest there. It is not a happy shade of brown, but looks very weird and makes Mater look quite a bit different. Also, this part here is die-cast metal, I think. It's heavy. I don't think this is plastic back here. Yeah, I think that's metal. So it's a pretty unique factory custom. He's got a blue wheel back here. Usually I think this is a white wheel, so it's a factory custom worth keeping for me. He's got rubber side view mirrors, super bendable there. And it wasn't that expensive. It was like maybe 12 to 15 bucks. So for me, it's totally fine. I am going to leave a bad review with a picture of this showing you're probably not going to get that Precision Series Mater they're advertising. Speaking of not getting what you're advertising, so this Vladimir Trunkov I was so excited to show you guys is fake. And it's quite scary. This means that there are people out there with the capabilities beyond what we ever could have imagined for fakes. This goes past what I call a factory custom. Like this, it's technically a fake. It's technically a counterfeit, but it's very, very easy to tell that it's fake because of what I just told you. And also you look on the base, it just says made in China. There's no Mattel, no date stamp, no nothing. Not only is this one packaged, but holy cow. All the base markings are accurate. I don't see a date stamp though, but that necessarily, doesn't mean it's immediately fake. It, could mean it's a prototype for all we know, but upon further analysis, there are some other hints here, but still for the average collector and me, I was totally fooled by this until I did some more research and talked with some other people. But first off, you could tell that the eyes are wonky. Now, I don't have a Thailand Vladimir loose, and the ones I do have are packed away. But you could tell these eyes are not legit. Yeah, I mean, the eye plate there is loose, it looks like. The decal is kind of gross and poor quality there. But everything else looks phenomenal. Like, I still kind of want to open this. I actually ordered a few more of these. So, yeah, I kind of screwed myself. But what I'm probably going to do is ship them to like Jim Scavenger and make some cool Trunkov customs because Cars 2 gave us plenty of options. Other hints here that is fake. You could tell the glue they use here on the side creates these little circles. You could see when the light hits it like that. Those circles are not going to be present on a normal Disney Cars single. So that is one hint right there. I just kind of discarded that as, it's in horrible shape anyways. Maybe they did re-glue it, who knows. But yeah, no, they did glue it together because it's a fake. The card art, the quality is not as HQ. It's not as high quality, not as 4K as you might say, as the real deal. You can see it's a little grainy, it's a little fuzzy, And again, I mean, it's amazing. Like, it's a great job. Scarily good. And you could also tell here on the back, maybe a little easier here on the back, like with Mater with balloon, like looks a little 480p, a little 720 maybe at best. Just not as clear as the real deal would be, but they did a phenomenal job. I mean, even indenting this here, S20A. I mean, this is insane. Honestly, it makes me think, what did they do, guys? Like, did they take a scan, like a file scan of the real card back and then replicate it in this way? Because everything else is pretty much perfect. The quality just isn't quite as good because it's a scan of the original. They slapped this weird label here on the back. I didn't think anything of that initially. I mean, it's just wild, guys. There are 5 fakes like this that we know of so far. Red Rider packaging. I think a couple of them have the white behind the blister. Like there's a Sheriff, Mario Andretti, Cruisin McQueen, and World Grand Prix McQueen. I think the Sheriff has the white behind the blister. All the other ones are the full Red Rider packaging. If you see these, whether it be eBay, whatever, they're fake. Maybe you want a Vladimir Trunkov and you're willing to take a fake for way cheaper. Totally cool. But unfortunately, I got a little scammed here, and it's a little scary just how incredibly this fake was done, because it's going to fool 95% of people. I'm going to eventually do a whole video on it. In fact, when I found out they were fakes, I was like, all right, now I'm going to order them all. So I ordered the whole set. When they come, I'm going to do a video on it. Shout to the world, these are fakes. Alarm, alarm, red alert, red alert. Don't buy them, or at least be warned if you do go ahead and buy them. But at least here at the end of the Giga Haul, you get a little taste for that. Cruisin McQueen, World Grand Prix McQueen, Mario Andretti, and Sheriff. I want to do a comparison to the real versions in that video as well. But getting on to a happier note here, I had a late acquisition today that I really just don't want to wait until the next Giga Haul to put them in. These came from Cars Collector 06. Anons, he goes by several names, but yeah, he's on eBay. He's got some prototypes listed for sale. Great seller if you're interested. But yeah, here we have one of my favorite coated prototypes I've probably gotten in a long time. Mandy, a fruit and bender. Kind of makes up for a missed opportunity a while ago where I was supposed to get a Masha Els wrench coated, and that fell through. So really happy to get this one because I like Mandy better than Masha anyways. But yeah, a couple older coated ones, nothing from 2025. These are both 2024s. And one of my favorite Cars 3 releases ever, Weedle Lee. Faint little code there on the roof, but still very cool. I just love this guy. He's so much diecast metal. He's a unique model. He appears 17 times in Cars 3. Basically a main character. I'm joking, but I'm also not, because he actually does appear a lot. Pixar just copy and pasted him throughout the Thomasville stands. If you know, you know. Talked about it before. And then today at Meijer, I picked up this cutie. I've had this before. Like, they've released this guy before, the Steamboat. Maybe they changed it up a little bit. It doesn't look different really at all. But I wanted to open it for you guys. And yeah, toss it on my new little Hot Wheels display shelf. It's not a big display at all. So this might be one of the last items that I put on it, unfortunately. But I've always wanted to open one of these. It's such a unique casting. And I love Steamboat Willie. Very unique, very retro. But yes, that will now do it for this installment of the Giga Haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye now. Spending all my time with you.